Greetings, everyone. Well, kind of a little bit random, completely unrelated selection of cartoons this time around. Just a few other goodies that I picked up that I figured I should probably get around to updating. So let's do that today on the Multimedia Chronicles. Welcome back. Okay, first up, we have a pair of animated show collections that I've been wanting to pick up for ages. Walmart, again, has a great sale going on right now. They call it the Summer Blowout Sale. It's probably almost over by the time you're seeing this, but wow, there was some really good deals to be found there. I picked up a ton of stuff, which we're going to talk about over the course of the next few updates. But one in particular was something that I've been wanting to pick up for a while because until last year I actually had the complete collection up to date. But sadly I ended up selling a good chunk of them, and I will be reacquiring them at some time because it's, I don't know, I know a lot of people don't like it as much as they used to, or just say it's not as funny as it used to be, but I still like it. What am I talking about? Family Guy! Yeah! Gotta love the Family Guy. Now, I used to have volumes 1 through 6 of this, the original releases in the slipcase, or the box with the thin packs or the slim pack DVDs in them, and I really liked those because there was a lot of package art, and it was just a really nice, nicely put together collection. And then with volume 7, they went to just these regular keep cases with multiple trays inside for the discs and whatnot. And some of the current volumes have slip covers, but then they re-released all the old volumes in this style of packaging as well, which of course means you don't get as much artwork. Yes, it takes up less space on the shelf, but come on, I really like the packaging on those. So when I get around to getting those back in the collection, I will of course be tracking down the original releases. So let's take a look at volume 7 here. I'll tell you how much I got these for in just a moment. So nice wraparound cover there with a lot of the characters that feature in this particular set of episodes. One complaint I have is there's no insert. They actually list all the episodes on the, it's a clear case, and they list all the episodes on the back of the insert, and apparently my tray is falling out, so let's just move that. And then if we take the bottom disc off, get the last few episodes there. So we have 3 discs. I think there's 13 episodes on here. Where does it say? It says on the yeah, so there's 13 episodes on this set. I guess I'll just show you by holding up the tray. There's the artwork for disc 1 and disc 2, and then of course you just saw disc 3. So very nice, very simple, very straightforward, nothing nothing fancy, but it works. I didn't actually even realize this tray was busted until I opened it up just now. Maybe I knew that before, I don't know. But Family Guy is just one of those shows that I can sit down and watch for hours. I mean, even if I'm not laughing to the point of not being able to breathe, I still find it an entertaining show, and some people just feel that I've heard some complaints that the jokes go more for shock value now than they do for being clever or whatever. But honestly, hasn't it always been about shock value and randomness? I mean, it's a very, you do get to recognize the formula after a while, and even in the show itself, they make fun of their own formula sometimes. Like sometimes it'll cut away to Peter just sort of standing there, and it's like, what? Like you expect another one of the flashback clips, but it's nothing. And like there's one, I remember there was one episode earlier on where Stewie said something at some point, and he's like, this is like the time where blah 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 blah, and he just pauses and he's like, clip? Okay, sorry, I thought we had a clip there. And then he just carries on, like, because normally there would be some kind of goofy flashback clip. But I don't know, I've always enjoyed the humor, I like the characters, and I love the fact that it's one of those shows that doesn't really pull any punches about some of the more ridiculous aspects of the day-to-day life we live in. And I don't care what anybody says, I still think it's funny. And I know a lot of you are going to leave nasty comments saying, what are you talking about? Family Guy sucks now. It's nowhere near as good as it was in the first 2 episodes. After the first 2 episodes, it just started sucking, and started sucking more and more and more. They should have just left it stay canceled forever because it sucks. All right, I've said it for you. You don't need to leave that in the comments. I know a lot of you feel that way, so thank you. And then I also picked up Volume 8. This one has 15 episodes. Again, very nice slipcover. And you notice also the thing that's nice about the slipcovers is the artwork is different on them. So another incentive to pick up the slipcover because you get more artwork, which is very cool. Again, we have a nice little wraparound cover, which is quite nice. And I'm happy to report the tray has not busted on this, and I might actually end up breaking it doing that. So let's just pull out the inserts. There's actually inserts in this volume, very sexy. Again, we have a 3-disc set, but this time they listed all the contents on this side, so you don't have some of the contents obscured by the 3rd disc, which is nice. So you got disc 1, disc 2, and disc 3. And I don't think there's any artwork. Yeah, there's no artwork underneath, so you're not missing anything, which is good. So somebody put a little more thought into that. It's like, wait a minute. We're blocking stuff with the discs. That was one of my big complaints about the Star Trek Blu-ray sets of the 60s series. Yeah, write that in the script. and have it performed by Shia LaBeouf. Was all the episode listings were on the inside of the cover rather than just being like one stinking sheet of paper with, you know, double-sided. Could have listed everything, but no, they did it like that. But anyway, I don't like it when they do that. So here we have just a little ad for all the Family Guy and American Dad volumes to date, hyping up the fact that the DVDs are uncensored. Family Guy also is one of those types of shows I've always preferred to watch on DVD because of the censoring and such. And in particular, after it was brought back, after being canceled for a short time, they really made it more for DVD than for TV. So the episodes tend to run a little bit longer on the DVDs than they do even in their first run on Fox. So that's really cool. And then of course they're uncensored, so you have all the F-bombs and everything intact. I know some of the earlier DVD sets would default to the censored track, and you had to select the uncensored track. But I guess fans made some comments about that they would prefer just to have the uncensored track as the default, and all the subsequent volumes. I think from volume 5 onward, it's had the default is the uncensored track. So here, volume 8, of course, contains the classic episode that everybody, even people who didn't like the show anymore, I think enjoyed this particular one, Road to the Multiverse, which is kind of their take on the whole Sliders idea, where Brian and Stewie, or Stewie invents this machine that lets them cross over into other dimensions, like alternate universes, parallel Earths, whatever you want to call them. And there's some pretty crazy worlds that they go to. The most notorious one probably being the Disney World, which is just beautifully animated and hilarious. So anyway, as a bonus, this actually includes a reproduction of the entire script for Road to the Multiverse, complete with sketches and whatnot from the production. So very cool extra to have. Definitely, you don't see quality inserts like that very often, especially for something that could just be a quick cash grab, like like this. But they don't cheap you out. The other thing I've always liked about the Family Guy DVD sets is they're usually loaded with extras, and like really quality extras. Seth MacFarlane and a lot of the cast and crew often do commentaries for almost every episode, and it's great. So volume 7 here has commentary by series creator Seth MacFarlane, writers, directors, producers, and cast members, 3 animatic episodes with optional commentary, deleted scenes, 4 featurettes, Take Me Out to Place Tonight, Family Guy Cribs, Comic-Con 2008, and Family Guy Art Show. I actually have not watched any of the extras on that set. I don't know why. I usually dive right into them. I think it was because at the time I just wanted to watch the episodes, because I don't have cable, and I don't get to see it really very often except when the DVDs come out. So I wanted to just dive right into the episodes and see what I've been missing all this time. And Volume 9 is coming out in a couple months, I think. So I will definitely be grabbing that when it comes out. And then we have on Volume 8... commentary again by series creator Seth MacFarlane, writers, directors, producers, and cast members, deleted scenes, the Road to the Multiverse featurette, which is a big special all about the making of Road to the Multiverse and sort of how the idea came about and such. And I did watch that. That's actually quite interesting to see. And Family Guy karaoke, so I guess some sing-alongs of some of the notable songs. So, pretty cool. Yeah, I had a good time with that. I sat down and basically just marathoned my way through both of those sets over the course of, 2 or 3 sittings. Great stuff. And then the other day, oh, well, I'll tell you after. I'll tell you how much I got them for after. So then the other day I was in the dollar store of all places, and I saw this. Defenders of Space. I thought, oh, that looks cool. You got some giant robots. Looks like kind of anime. How much was this? $1. Yep. $1. And check this out. I mean, it's just a slim case, but it actually has nice disc art on it. And this is not like just some random episode for some random anime. No, this is actually a movie. A fairly short movie. It's only 64 minutes long. But I did a bit of research about this, and I had no idea what this was. When I first popped it on, I thought, oh, I think this is part of the old Force 5 series that I used to watch back when I was a kid, like the first anime I ever really saw. But it wasn't. Well, I found out what it is, because this robot here looks kind of like one of the Force 5 robots. So it's kind of similar to Space Poseidon from Star Avengers, I think it was. Anyway, what this apparently is this is not a Japanese anime. It's actually a South Korean anime, and is considered one of the biggest rip-off animes of all time. The actual title is something like Phoenix Bot King, or something like that. Anyway, if you just look up Defenders of Space, there's a Wikipedia article about it, and you can read about it. But the thing that's funny about this is it's basically, a classic sort of anime-style tale of, these aliens coming to invade our galaxy, and a couple of youthful space adventurers finding out about this ancient robot who used to protect the people, and they go to find him and reactivate him to defend the universe against these alien invaders. So here's the thing. The robot is called Phoenix King, and he is Inferno from the Transformers, but like a giant version of Inferno from the Transformers. But Inferno, the fire truck? Yeah, he's a space fire truck. At one point, he does transform into a fire truck. This actually predates Transformers. And anyway, the one we know as Inferno is the one that is blatantly ripped off. I mean, it looks identical. It looks identical to the toy. The only difference is it's Inferno with a Phoenix logo across his chest. It's like a black Phoenix, logo. Yeah, and then this other robot, I don't know specifically where I've seen it before, but I know it's very familiar. And it was kind of funny because there's, of course, the obligatory massive battle scene where this one is fighting Space Phoenix King Inferno. And you know what it made me think of? It's like, oh my god, it's like 70s anime giant robot versus 80s anime giant robot. It was like watching the 70s duking it out with the 80s. And in that respect, it was awesome. Yeah, so anyway, this is just a huge rip-off anime. If you're even mildly familiar with giant robot anime, you'll probably get a good chuckle out of this because it blatantly rips off so many different things. I mean, there's not just the robots, but the plot points, the story, a lot of the character designs, everything. I mean, the aliens. The aliens in it are these blue-skinned military types who look a lot like the Gamelons from Star Blazers. In fact, they look identical to the Gamelons from Star Blazers. Yeah, so anyway, this was good, cheesy fun, and well worth the $1 I paid for it. And apparently something of a rarity. I mean, you can find it on eBay for like, 50 cents or whatever. But if you're an anime fan and you like the giant robot stuff, like the old school giant robot stuff, and you want a bit of a chuckle, check out Defenders of Space. Yeah. I don't know what more I can say about it. It's one of the strangest things I've ever seen. It was kind of like how Japanese viewers might perceive Robotech. over here, because Robotech, well, and Voltron actually, because both of those were Americanized amalgamations of previously unrelated shows from Japan. That's kind of what this is like. It's like in South Korea they did the same kind of thing, except instead of just using footage, they actually just ripped off the designs and made their own thing out of it. And apparently the some of the footage from this was recycled again in something about Space Turbo Teens, or no, I keep wanting to say Turbo Teen, but no, that's the one about the kid who could turn into a car. Yeah, I don't remember. Anyway, look up the Defenders of Space article on Wikipedia. It mentions it on there. It's like Space Teens or something like that. Which now I'm curious about checking that one out as well, because apparently it has even more rip-off stuff. So, yeah, this is like a subgenre of anime I wasn't really even aware existed. The rip-off anime genre. Yeah, go figure. Defenders of Space. Check it out. Alrighty, well, that's it for the cartoons for today. And I've still got a couple more things to do, and then I can take down the cartoon display behind me, and we can get on to some other stuff. Alrighty, so that's it from me to you for now. It was a little bit longer than I expected, but anyway, isn't that always the way it goes? Alrighty, so until next time, thanks for watching, and sayonara. Oh, I completely forgot to tell you how much I got the Family Guys for. Well, okay, so Defenders of Space was $1. Family Guy Volume 7 and 8, I see these at Walmart. Walmart, where everything's usually dirt cheap, for like 40 or 50 bucks a piece. Okay, who's ever going to pay 40 or 50 bucks a piece for 13 episodes of Family Guy? Like, come on. No, the Summer Blowout sale, got both of these for 15 bucks each. Not too shabby. Volumes 1 through 6, the Keep Case repackaged editions were on sale for 10 bucks a piece. I was a little bit tempted. I thought, you know, cheap way to get them back in the collection, but I really want to get the original releases with all the extra artwork on the covers and stuff. So I'm going to hold out for those, maybe hit the pawn shops. Yeah, alrighty. Definitely it from me to you for now, so definitely sayonara.